Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edition. Last time we beat the opening chapter and we're gonna jump back in at the start of Turnabout Airlines, presumably something to do with a train. I mean, it would be pretty funny if there's literally no mention of a plane at all in the entire chapter. Oh, yeah, I might have to read stuff. The Yatagarasu, yeah, that was the thing. The return of the great thief Yatagarasu. Thinking back, everything began on that fateful day 2 days ago. Remember 2 days ago? Gosh. Remember it just like it was 2 days ago. I can't believe I'm starring in this ketchup commercial. Everything began high up in the air, 9,000 feet in the air to be precise. Thank you for flying Go You Airlines. We are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. We are asking all passengers to please return to their seats and fasten their seatbelts. We should also let you know that Go You Airlines did make you sign a waiver before allowing you onto our fine aircraft. And if you die, it is not our fault. Or maybe it'll be our fault, but you know, you can't sue us or nothing. That's the main thing. It's March 12th. 6:13 a.m. Very important. Remember that. Jot that down. Edgeworth. Now, I'm not trying to be a hater here. I don't want any statues of my plane. I'm sorry I have to be the fucking bad guy, but I don't want a statue, or I guess the more pressing thing is the elevator. I mean, that's a little concerning. I don't think the airplane should have an elevator in it personally. At least not like, you know. I mean, maybe you can have like a tiny little cargo lift or something. I don't know, but personally, I think that's slightly unnecessary. Shake it off, Miles. Shake it off. Ace Attorney Investigations Part 4. Miles fucking dies. That's how we get the spiritual paranormal stuff, is that actually he's investigating from beyond the pale of death because he's dead. I think if you were to kill off Miles at the start of his spin-off side story, though, you'd probably get your, like, you know, headquarters firebombed. Presumably. For like, yeah, he dies off screen essentially in the spinoff. 6:13, huh? Guess I was out cold for about 10 minutes. Huh. Slight turbulence indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. For your safety, we ask that you return to your seats and fasten your seatbelt. I suppose turbulence is to be expected on a flight. Though admittedly I'm less than comfortable with anything resembling earthquakes. Ah, my billfold. Gumshoe taught me that I use this to fold my bills in it. What's this, a travel wallet? But it's not mine. Well, as they say in the lawyer profession. Fuck. Possession's 9/10 of the law. Finders, keepers, losers, weepers. How did someone else's travel wallet wind up in my pocket? Also, what do you mean travel wallet? Aren't all wallets travelable? I mean, I know that they do have some big ass wallets, but I mean, you still kind of keep them on you, you know? My head. Why won't this headache go away? I'll take care of this travel wallet later, or hand it off to an attendant. From earthquake turbulence to an elevator. Okay, at least he's acknowledging that it's slightly weird. I'm honestly a little surprised. I kind of expected the joke to be that nobody finds it odd at all. What am I doing hesitating like this? Actually, I know full well why I hesitate. It was when I was still but a young child. Flashback! Remember the elevator? I'd actually forgotten about it, but actually thanks for the refresher. You didn't need to go that far back, but I was caught up in a murder that happened in the elevator. But how long am I going to let my past haunt me? It's just an elevator. I'm a grown man now. I need to behave like one. Miles, do not get on the airplane elevator. What the? What in the world happened? Is there something wrong, sir? I must ask that you please return to your seat. Oh, nice. A bloodied wallet. We sometimes run into those. We have each flight a different stewardess gets to choose the possession of the murder wallets. It's actually my turn, so if you'll hand that over, please. Yeah! He's dead! Well, I mean, maybe he's just asleep. You don't know that he's dead. Maybe he's just crashed. Maybe he's he's reached rock bottom, alright? You shouldn't call him dead. He can still bounce back. He can have a redemption arc. He's gonna turn his life around. Okay? But please calm down. You mustn't jump to conclusions that are the facts. Did something happen? Alright, that Miles guy killed someone. That's crazy. Get him! A lynching at 9,000 feet. No, you have it all wrong. It wasn't me. Miles in the mysterious case of the airport lynching, or airplane, the murder at very high time. Bro, that man is fucking drinking. Everyone, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have an important announcement. I definitely did that shit. I'm the first person to show up on the screen besides Miles. I'm the murderer. That's the way this works. I am one of your flight attendants today, or maybe I'm the sidekick for the chapter. Either or. Rhoda Tenario. Unfortunately, we just had a minor accident on this flight. Oh, freaking little bro is steaming. Accident? Don't treat us like we're stupid. I caught a glimpse and it was a moita. Moita? What's going on in this flight? Everyone, please calm down. There's no reason to panic. This flight will stay on course and make its scheduled landing. Also, that dude's fork is gigantic. I mean, that's also his meal is gigantic, honestly. I mean, he's eating his fucking body weight and, like, meat. Am I forgetting the name of this? Yes. Shut up. We are currently in the middle of a rough patch of turbulence. Until we are out of this area of turbulence, I ask that you remain seated. But someone was killed, right? I mean, what about the killer? Let me off! There is no need to feel threatened. We have already apprehended the culprit. I ask that everyone please remain calm. What the heck is he talking about? Why should we remain calm? My name is Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecutor, and I assure you I am not the killer. Being a prosecutor doesn't make you incapable of murder, buddy. I heard this one case about this prosecutor who shot somebody in an elevator once when he was a kid. I mean, yeah, he got off, but like lots of people get off. You know how corrupt the system is. He definitely did that shit. They brought in like some fucking spirit medium. You expect me to believe that? Nah, in the court of public opinion, that guy was guilty. What was his name? Well, I don't know. Don't get any service up here, and I'm not paying for the airplane Wi-Fi, so, you know, I guess when I get back on the ground, I'll look it up, and then I'll tell you who that guy was, but he was a shady dude. I simply found the body. So you say, however. I am sure you are the perpetrator of this crime. I swear on my honor as a professional flight attendant. Is that right? I know what I saw. And there's even very strong incriminating evidence to back me up. What kind of incriminating evidence is she talking about? Do we have anything on our book? We got a prosecutor's badge? That shit's dope. This badge design is said to reflect the relentlessness and discipline of law enforcement. It comes from authority vested in us as strict protectors of the law, and executors of sentences much like harsh winter frosts and blazing summer days. To wear it is to identify oneself as a prosecutor, but I have no interest in doing so. Yeah, okay, whatever. Poser. Narc. Each prosecutor's badge is engraved with the number of its owner on the back. Is it? Is it scratched off, or numbers, as if we're not human on the inside like everyone else? But like, there's no number here, right? Details meals, movies, and other services. Meals at 2. So the thing happened at 6, which would be right when mealtime was ending. Well, I don't know. I guess it would actually be this 6. Which would be drink time. Oh. I mean, I guess I don't 100% know which 6 is the first 6. Because we invented a great system where time goes 10, 11, 12, 1. Friggin' crazy people. We already alerted the proper authorities at our destination. I mean, normally I'm a big defender of like having to say AM or PM is kind of like whatever, because like in 99% of chances it's scenarios it's completely like not necessary. But in the airplane situation, yeah, you probably want to use the 24-hour clock. You know, I'll acquiesce that one. Until we land, you will remain in our custody by the powers vested in our captain. I'm very sorry, but please understand our situation, murderer. Your situation, I'm more concerned with mine and the direction it's going in. I'm not about to just sit idly by while I get accused of murder. I mean, we all knew it was going to happen at some point in the game. I mean, honestly, it seemed like that was going to be the initial setup for the first chapters, that I was going to be framed. I'm honestly really surprised that I wasn't the one who was framed for the murder, thinking back, but, you know, I've wriggled my way out of tougher situations than this, or my name isn't Miles Edgeworth. Miss Tenario, is it? Yes. I was wondering if you might give me a chance. A chance to do what? Kill again. A chance to plead my case. And a chance to ask what you meant by incriminating evidence just now. To accuse a passenger of such a grave crime without allowing him to give a proper defense. I mean, you did have a blood-soaked wallet on you. You know? Well, and then I guess that could actually be wine. It's actually probably wine, not blood, but... I guess she would have no way of knowing that wasn't his wallet. Can the professional flight attendant inside of you really call this action righteous? You have a point. Very well, I'll listen to what you have to say. Be wary of what you reveal. I'm afraid you only look even more suspicious if your explanation fails to satisfy. Also, I don't have the time to deal with you all day, so please make it quick. Of course, as you wish. Good. Very well then, let's get started. I mean, if she is the killer, she's kind of stupid. I mean, you've already got the whole, flight believing Edgeworth is the killer, so you just like say, shut up, killer, murderer, and then go on with your day, as opposed to giving him a chance to say anything. What I don't know is what sort of evidence she has up her sleeve. I'm certain it doesn't fit with how the crime really occurred. Okay, 1 second. I need to pause. Alright, we're back. I swear to tell the whole truth as a professional flight attendant. Unfortunately for you, Mr. Edgeworth, I am certain that you are the killer. Okay, so I'm certain about the killer. We're at an impasse here, lady. The scene I saw in front of the elevator. It was you standing there with flesh all on your skeleton, you filthy degenerate, with fresh blood dripping off of the murder weapon. Wait, what? If you would please cooperate, we'll turn you over just as soon as we land. That's it? That's her evidence? I don't think you could ask for more perfect witness testimony. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? Not really. It's hardly perfect when there's a gaping hole in it. You pressed? Pressed?
Hold it!
Tell me, what exactly puts the pro in professional flight attendant for you? The money? It means we are very professional about how we take care of our passengers. Actually, just means you get paid for your work. Actually... I'm gonna hit you with a dictionary definition of something. 1 point for me. Services like fetching papers and responding to calls are done with speed and accuracy. I assure you that I give testimonies at the same level of professionalism. I'm sure you have already realized that by now, right? It's a bit hard to appreciate professionalism when I'm the one under suspicion. And there you have it. My professional testimony is accurate and reliable. Well, we're professional rebuttalists, so our rebuttal was unbelievably accurate and better than yours.
Hold it!
Apparently seems sure of yourself. Of course, professional flight attendant can't afford to make mistakes after all. I feel like that bow wasn't deep enough. I don't feel suitably respected. Perhaps, but you must admit there are few who can look at a murder with a clear mind. We attendants all go through extensive training and are always calm and collective. Or collected. We are not part of the collective yet. We even calmly serve you coffee if you so wish as the plane makes a splashdown. I fail to see how that would be a calm and rational thing to do in an emergency. And even until the bitter end, we are there to serve the passengers. That is the duty of all professional flight attendants. You certainly are confident. Anyway, shall we return to your testimony?
Hold it!
And what do you think you saw? Yes? What did you see in front of the elevator? That's what I was just about to tell you, Mr. Edgeworth. Framed by the elevator doors and bathed in a light coming from within.
Hold it!
The murder weapon dripping with blood? Really now? I swear that was the grisly scene I saw before me. Thank goodness it wasn't a passenger who saw it. There'd be widespread panic by now. As I recall, you were quite panicked yourself at the time. Okay, so we just present the wallet. He's not, I don't know if he's gonna do anything or not, but you were scared enough to misread the situation and accuse me of murder. Nonsense! Professional flight attendants cannot afford to be that flustered. I witnessed the murder scene and am now listening to your defense all with a smile. Apparently you also lie with a smile on your face. Okay. Would it happen to be this murder weapon? What is with yelling all of a sudden? Force of habit. Well, it doesn't matter. Miss Tenario, you say you saw the murder weapon dripping with blood? Is that correct? Yes, all of that blood. Drip, drip, drip. And just recalling that scene sends a chill down my spine. Sorry, but your so-called professional flight attendant training has failed you. What? I'd like to direct your attention after this. Do you know what this is? That's a billfold. It's where you put your bills in them and fold them. I had this one. The joke can't work. There's no way Gumshoe's ever been let on a plane. There's no. I can't. It's just a false bit. It wouldn't. There's no logic for the bit to stand on in the slide. It's not even like a rickety scaffolding. It's like, okay, I get it. I get where he's going with it. He's trying to make a callback. I understand. You're like, I just Gumshoe on a plane. My immersion's destroyed. I can't watch this anymore. So we'll just not do it. We'll just cut that one off. It looks a little big and bulky. The thing you saw me holding when I discovered the dead body in the elevator was this very travel wallet. What? Impossible! Now then, do you still think I am the killer? That I killed him with a travel wallet? I could if I wanted to, but you don't know that. No, but this is the part where you choose. Will you be the killer for this chapter or my sidekick? If you continue to accuse me, you will go to jail. But if you say, gosh, I was wrong, Mr. Edgeworth, I will help you find the real killer. I'll let you work the boombox. I saw blood dripping from the wallet. I know I did. As you can see, this wallet is clearly stained. But if you would be so kind as to take a whiff, I think you'll agree it's only grape juice, because there's no wine, okay? We're not degenerates. We don't even know what an alcohol is. Then, that's right, you mistook grape juice for blood. The murder weapon dripping with blood does not in fact exist. Well, maybe it exists somewhere else. No! There, that should clear up that pesky accusation. You fool, you have sealed your fate. You'll never touch in the boombox. Wait just a sec, that is... I mean, even a wallet could be deadly if it was wrapped around something heavy. I demand you show me what's inside, please. She's trembling, and the tacked on please at the end. Sounds like I've got her. I'm sure there's nothing incriminating that's gonna come out of this wallet. It's not gonna be a note that says, I, Miles Edgeworth, committed the murder with a candlestick at 6:11 a.m. There's no shot that's what's in there. Even you can tell from its appearance that it's light. I can't be sure of anything until I see the contents of that wallet for myself. That's an invasion of my privacy. She's a persistent one. I suppose we have no choice to see what's inside. Oh, okay, roll it back. Pretend we're 30 seconds in the past, and we said that's an invasion of my privacy, and then we followed it up instead of saying nothing with, because in the Phoenix Wright universe, 9/11 probably didn't happen, so that's still like a right that's important. Ain't that right, buddy? Alright, I usually don't pry into passengers' belongings, but we have no choice here. I don't know how to open this shit. It would seem this passport is all that's in here. As you saw, there's nothing but a passport inside. This renders your wallet was the murder weapon argument moot. Wouldn't you agree? Hear me out, Mr. Edgeworth. What is it now? I was wondering, whose passport is it exactly? I'll have you know thievery can be punished by up to 30 years in prison. Can I take a look? Why not? I'm rather curious myself. This is... just as I thought. This travel wallet belonged to Mr. Akbe Hicks, which makes it the victim's property. Wallet data updated. You stole the victim's wallet, didn't you? How dare you? You said it yourself. You claimed to be holding this wallet in your hands when I found you. Perhaps I did misconstrue the wallet for the murder weapon, but it seems that I wasn't wrong about who the culprit is. As you claim, the murder weapon is not the travel wallet. However, it is something you stole from Mr. Hicks after you were done with the vile deed. I find it hard to believe myself, but your motive was very simple. You were out to steal Mr. Hicks' money, weren't you? I'll have you know I'm on a prosecutor's salary. That's probably worth something, right? Right? So even though I didn't have the murder weapon on me, you still suspect me, I see. You stood up at the crime scene with the victim's wallet in your hands. How can I turn a blind eye and not suspect you of foul play? Oh, I need to pause again. I need to get my phone. Alright, back. I left it in the other room and actually did something to respond to, so I'm glad my spidey sense went off. As you claim, the murder weapon is not the travel wallet. Yeah, okay, says who?
Hold it!
Maybe it is the murder weapon. You ever think about that? Shouldn't that be proof enough for you that I did not murder the victim? Not at all. Oh, and why not? Because that wallet may not have been what I thought it was.
Hold it!
You think I stole it? I'm very sorry to say it, and I wouldn't usually be so rude, but it must be said. I never thought I'd see the day, but here I am calling a passenger a thief. Maybe I should put on a serious face and say it more directly. Criminal scum. I believe you removed the wallet from the victim's personage. It really doesn't matter how you phrase it. What I'd like to know is why you think I stole Mr. Hicks' wallet.
Hold it!
I don't think I have any sort of motive to speak of. I've never met Mr. Hicks before, and our only connection is this one flight. That's more than enough a reason. How do you figure? He was sitting in first class, and I think the implication is quite clear. I mean, I don't know if I'm supposed to say there's no money in the wallet, which is like true, but we wouldn't have known that until we, murdered the guy, you know?
Hold it!
That or we've already removed the money, you know? So I feel like that wouldn't really be a contradiction or anything, but... Or one that's so easily dismissed that we shouldn't even bring it up. Do you think I was after his money? Where did that cockamamie idea come from? Haha, got your word of the day in the sentence today, Edgeworth. You are true, you're also a passenger in first class, but I thought something was off about you in those deeply etched lines on your forehead. What? They're not lines, they're perfectly normal, part of a natural face. What do you also, I don't have any fucking lines, I'm anime smooth, baby. I don't think I've ever met someone with such a terrible countenance on a flight before. But seriously, there's no lines. And that's when it hit me. You got more lines than me, damn it. You have the face of someone with money trouble. She really is making a fool of herself pursuing this line of logic. All the passengers are like, yeah, he looks like a peasant. Get him out of here. I should spare her and present the piece of testimony or evidence that contradicts her testimony.
Objection!
Wonder if I might get a word in. What is it now? Miss Tenario? I wonder if you noticed the contradiction within your own testimony. What are you talking about? Simply put, as you saw with your own eyes. The only thing inside Mr. Hicks' wallet was his passport. Because you removed the money, you stupid idiot. If I really was after his money, then why would I steal a penniless travel wallet? But that's right, you, Mr. Edgeworth. You didn't know it was empty when you stole it. You would like to think that, but that's not possible. What do you mean it's not possible? There's no way the killer didn't know that the wallet was empty to begin with. And what makes you so sure? Yeah, what does make you so sure? How can I show her the killer knew the wallet to be empty from the get-go? I don't fucking know. Does this say anything about wallets? I mean, I don't see anything about you gotta empty out your wallet. Okay, he does have money around him. I guess. I guess that.
Take that!
If you were to crawl the crime scene, I mean, maybe he's loaded. That's just like a small amount of his money because his cup runneth over. You know what I'm saying? I admit the wallet was probably not empty at the time of the murder. That's pretty evident by the bills and cards strewn around the inside of the elevator. Oh no! I think you've come to realize the problem with your logic. Also, if you kill my ass with a cat statue, I'm haunting you for fucking ever. Alright? Let's just let that be said, like, right now. Like, you know, most likely, regardless of how I get killed, I'm gonna haunt you. But if you kill me with a cat statue, no matter the circumstances, you're getting haunted. Forever. Okay? Let's just get those firm ground rules set in place. I would surmise that the victim's wallet fell out during their struggle. And that's when its contents emptied onto the floor of the elevator. I doubt the killer could have missed such an occurrence. Then you're saying... Yes, according to your supposition, another word of the day in there, if I were the killer, I would have been going after a wallet I knew to be empty. And since I clearly was not attempting to gather the scattered money, it renders your argument of theft completely invalid. Well, maybe that's just the money that you left behind. Maybe you were already picking it up and, you know, before I got there. Forgive me! What the heck? Are you saying the attendant's wrong? That guy in the killer? You mean the killer might be running around among us? Will you all please be quiet? Miss Tenario. You lost your cool when you saw the dead body. I'm giving you one last chance to be my sidekick, because it is a pain in the ass to operate the boombox with my hands tied behind my back. But a true prosecutor, he makes do, as they say. The lounge was dark, and looking into the light from the elevator, it's easy to see you mistook the wallet in my hand for the murder weapon. Even though, I mean, look at this fucking guy. You telling me this dude didn't murder anybody? Come on. Get real. I take no offense that you thought I was the killer. Mr. Edgeworth. Thank you for releasing me. Hit him with the fucking pine tree. Hit him with the Metroid, pine tree, Eggman, Kamehameha, Prayer to Mecca, Scissor, Leaf, Bow, Kamehameha, double lightning bolt. Oh, we don't like the double lightning bolts. At least they're not. At least they're in a different orientation. Pray to Mecca, fucking crazy ass music symbol, exclamation point. What is it now? Oh shit, hit him with the fucking... That's like the same thing, except we threw in some freaking cool ass goats in there. Mr. Neri, if you could please translate, I'd be much obliged. We don't learn peasant languages. It sounds like Borgian, but I don't understand any of it. There's another attendant on this flight who... I said that he is giving the runabout. I don't require an interpreter. I speak English as well. You, the attendant. Yes, sir? How will this person be under the arrest? Until we arrive at the airport. I'm sorry, sir. What exactly are you hoping for? You to be arrested and killed, murdered, kaput. What is it you want? I'm finished talking like you. I would like to hear why you would like me to be held under arrest until we land. You, how dare you waste my time? You were the one who stuck your nose into my affairs. Oh, you say my nose is long? That's discrimination against Borgans. I knew you were a killer, but you're also a bigot. Peh! I spit at you. I wanted to spend even at least one more second with my precious art. I have no time for other things. I know what you are. I see through you. Insolvent. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's how you say it in English. I should hope I'm not monetarily bankrupt, but I don't think that's what you mean. I'm sorry, but I don't think I caught your name. I'm Zicklebuck II. I'm a very wealthy man in Borgina. I'm not an ordinary rich man. I'm an art dealer, rich seller beauty. Mr. LeBlanc, what do you mean just now? Pardon? When you said that Mr. Edgeworth was giving me the runabout. I have to explain? Unbelievable. I will say it once, and only once. I don't have even a second to waste. Time is money, as they say. And yet you continue to blather on. Yes, I saw the victim go to the elevator. Going down to the lounge. It was exactly 6 o'clock. Which 6 o'clock? Nobody knows. And what's the significance of that time? At 6, he says. What is it drank time? He said it was, well, drink time is ending at 6. Oh, it's movie time is starting at 6. Or approximately Jack and shit is going on. It depends. We don't know which one's first. I mean, I guess it's the movie. We're about to play frickin' License to Love, Laugh, Maim, and I don't know what the last M is supposed to... Well, it could be an N as well, but it looks like an M, presumably. I mean, I assume it's murder. Mutilate? Navigate? If it's an N, I don't know. Oh, it is murder. Okay. I don't know about that one. I don't think you should be showing that on a plane. You saw him at 6! What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? He understands, I see. Is it ended? What time do you discover the body? It was a little after the patch of turbulence. I would say around 6:15. Hicks was his name, was it? And then I said that man Hicks was killed in the 15-minute time span. And the only person who lands that time was the prosecutor, yes? You don't know that. Yeah, I was in my seat the whole time. Definitely be in my seat. Me too. I was watching the movie and enjoying a fine glass of grape juice. Just the one glass. I'm not a degenerate. I don't have a problem. If you even suggest I have a problem, I will have your entire family locked up. I was still eating till I'm finished, see? That's a big ass fucking piece of bread too. Holy hell. The other passengers have an alibi and you have no problem with them. No complaint, I see. Not a single word against this, right? I have no way of discounting what you have put forth at this point, but it wasn't me. Yeah, Shaggy said that too, and look what happened to him. We don't actually know what happened to him. We just know the one song. So you say, but do you have what you say evidence? Mr. Edgeworth, are you really the culprit after all? Yes, you got me. Mr. LeBlanc, I suppose you are quite certain of what you saw, enough to give testimony? Of course, I was looking at that man all the time. He was playing with that annoying little small machine. Machine? Machina! Yeah, so you people call it in English. It was making me crazy with the click, click, click. In that description, it sounds like some sort of small computer. I believe Mr. LeBlanc is talking about is a cell phone. What the hell? Cell phone? What are we in Star Trek? Such advanced tech. A cell phone in an airplane. I have to say, I did see him playing with it quite a bit myself. There was this one thing where it was like a little line and it kept going around in like squares and the line kept getting longer and longer. A simple cell phone, a laptop, or organizer I can see, but that's kind of low budget. I hate that noise, little machine in his hand. Not a fragment of beauty, all it produces is ugly sounds. Anyway, I know what I saw. Yes? I was wondering if I'd be granted permission to examine the crime scene. What? You want to examine the crime scene? If you would grant me a little measure of time, I'm sure I can produce the real culprit. I don't like the sound of that. Fox in the duck pin, as you say. I don't quite get the meaning of the expression. But that is how you English-speaking folks say. Stupid shit. All the time. It's Fox guarding the hen house, and I believe my innocence was proven earlier. And if I'm given the chance, I can clear up all the remaining doubts. Mr. Neo, if you wait until we arrive, there's a good chance that some evidence will have been destroyed by then, so let me, a random guy, start poking around. I understand. Let me see what the captain has to say. Yeah, this should not be approved. Please, Mr. LeBlanc, in an emergency, all decisions are made by the captain alone. Please wait here while I go ask the captain what to do. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. He said kill Edgeworth. You are not planning to erase evidence when you are doing your investigation, yes? Of course not. We will see. Mr. Edgeworth, you have to die. You have the captain's permission to investigate the crime scene. What? Unbelievable! I am in your debt. However, there's one condition. You must first die. Bang, bang! I am to supervise you. Can you agree to that? Of course, I see no problem with that stipulation as long as you know what a play button looks like. Still unnatural as I am, still a suspect in this case. I take full responsibility and I will watch Mr. Edgeworth's every move. I hope this is reassurance enough that there will be no foul play. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, shall we proceed? You should need my help with anything. Please feel free to use T to talk. It's time to head to the scene of the crime, the first floor lounge. Hurry up and investigate! This time not be wasted. Precious human time is how you say it, I believe. Mr. LeBlanc seems to be protecting the gargantuan vase on the chair quite closely. It's a marvelous vase, though, isn't it? Yes, I dare say it as a professional attendant. I don't think there's any real connection between a piece of art and being an attendant. But I'm not any old attendant. I'm a professional flight attendant. As though there was such a thing as an amateur flight attendant. That's the problem with flights nowadays. Nobody does it for just the respect for the game. They're all like, oh, I want to get paid. Back in my day. You know what your reward for getting to be a flight attendant was? You got out the house. That was it. And then when you got to be the ripe old age of 22, you were back in the dungeon. How do you find your meal to be, Mr. Edgeworth? Come to think of it, I forgot all about it. I must have been asleep or something. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Let me prepare you something right away. What are you apologizing for? I failed my professional duties by letting a passenger grow hungry. Help yourself. If you see anything to your fancy, feel free. I think I'll take my time later if I've solved this case. Thanks. What up, girl? Excuse me, but may I have a word with you? You there? This pickup line always works. Walking up to random women and going, you there? That always gets them to pay attention to Mr. Miles Edgeworth. You need something, please ask Rhoda over there, okay? What the? Hey, wake up! I'm terribly sorry she's being so rude, Mr. Edgeworth. No need for you to apologize. I just find it hard to believe she's asleep on the job. If I were her boss, I'd see to it that her salary was cut so low that it was in the red. Somewhere off in the distance. I don't want to keep sleeping in the noodle stand. In order to preserve the crime scene, I'm afraid the elevator's not in service. To get the first floor rounds, we should take the stairs. Fucker's got stairs? Inside the plane? It's a movie poster for License to Love, Laugh, Maim, and Murder. That's a Go You Airline sponsored movie. It's a suspense, hard-boiled, action, romantic, horror comedy flick. Is that a genre listing for this thing? Yes, it's a movie that can be enjoyed by anyone because it encompasses all those genres. It has been market tested to gross approximately $11 billion. All the focus groups say it's amazing. I can't even begin to imagine what the plot would be. You have to admit it's piqued your curiosity, right? I heard the main strategy of the genre listing was to make people curious. Well, then consider the mission a successful one. I'll catch it when it's on streaming, for free. Well, relative, close to free. Honestly, I'll just pirate that shit, if we're being honest. You think Miles is paying for a subscription? No shot. His ass is on LimeWire, getting all the viruses. I don't know what year this game came out in. I assume like late 2000s. Maybe early 2010. I'm not actually entirely sure. But the fact that they're like, you know, it definitely falls into the era of media that feels dated because they reference the, you know, like cell phones being kind of like somewhat of a novelty. It's my seat. Unfortunately, I didn't bring anything particularly useful for an investigation. I guess not really that it's a novelty, but the whole, like, you know, clickety-clackety stuff. It's not as if I'm constantly prepared for such a thing to occur. Because if anything, Edgeworth kind of downplayed the cell phone, but... What's a lifesaver doing here? Saving life! I bought it at the Flight and Flight shop just beyond the lounge. That's the damn future of airplanes right there. We are about to crash. Please give us all of your money to survive. If something should happen, have one will save your life. I think this guy would be better off not taking a plane to begin with. Nah, don't get near me, you criminal. He said, don't get near me, you criminal scum. I wish you were dead. Please die. I am not the killer, and I also don't think he used all those words. But that's contrary to the facts. He says, but that's contrary to the facts, you criminal scum. I wish you were dead. I can understand his English just fine, thank you very much. Little bro, TV ain't even on. Hey miss, how about another glass? I don't have a problem. Excuse me, I was wondering if you know anything about the murder? I'm about to murder this wine glass, grape juice glass. How about a glass together? I must decline. I wasn't talking to you, I was talking to the cute attendant. I'm sorry, I'm on the clock right now. If you need a refill, I'll be happy to bring you another glass any time. You got it, toots. That's no way to talk to a lady. Look at all these bottles lined up in a row. It's a miracle they made it through the turbulence at a scratch. Actually, asked the drink vendor to clean up all the ones that did break earlier. You mean to tell me put all these up here after the turbulence? We are simply thrilled to have someone so interested in the variety of drinks available. I don't think anyone should drink this much. There is such a thing as overhydration. He is eating. If I may have a word with you, is he eating steak? So awesome. That's great to hear. I guess it is just a regular ass steak. I was thinking it was like a... Not a prime rib. What word am I looking for? Maybe it was prime rib that I was thinking of. Beef tenderloin, that's it. That was what it looks like to me. That's great to hear. However, I would like to ask you a few questions. I was here the whole time. Wouldn't know. Eat or speak, please pick one. Munch, 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 munch. I think he chose to eat. I can hear that. Kids these days with their food. Back in my day, we didn't have any food. That's right, I was in the middle of recreating a chess game. Just an observation, but aren't there too many red knights around that lone blue pawn? Nonsense. If somebody shows the blue pawn is no match for the red knight's might. Or maybe the blue pawn is not afraid. He's like, okay, yeah, you've got me outnumbered, but I'm the main character, and then he fucking whips their ass. That is the president, alright. If only, man. If only. Got freaking Confucius on the Napoleon horse? That's crazy. Like the Fu Manchu. I guess it's this guy. Is supposed to be the person on the Napoleon horse. I want to thank you for your help back there. It was nothing. You should thank the captain for granting you permission. And just so everything is perfectly clear, I still don't trust you. Your standing with me hasn't changed one iota. I see. I will bear that in mind. Okay, I've bared it, and I no longer give a shit. I received an order from the captain earlier. He wanted you to know that. We reserve the right to stop your investigation if we feel you're not making any progress. And when we do, he asks that you please kill yourself. I mean, return to your seat at any time. So my time runs out at his and his crew's discretion, does it? I have to find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's testimony for a time. Is there actually going to be a timer? I would be very annoyed by that. By the way, is there any place you can think of where the killer might hide on board? I don't think so. After every first-class passenger was accounted for his or her seat. I mean, come on, guys. We know nobody likes time limits. All right, even in situations where they make sense, just nobody likes them. Okay? Nobody's ever been like, you know what, this game could use a fucking time limit. Nobody's ever said that. Oh, what about in this game? Shut up. All right? It's illegal to discredit anything I say on my channel. We made a thorough search of the plane. As for business and economy class, no one can move between those two classes in first class without a staff keycard. Sorry guys, you gotta get authorization to get out of the burning section to get into the rich people section. I'm just saying it seems like a fire safety violation. We found no record of a keycard being used at all, which means that I have a first-class killer on my hands. At least I know that much for sure. I mean, maybe he's just asleep. And the one other thing. No one else has been allowed near this crime scene since the murder was discovered either. Now then, let's get started. But where should we start from? Let's start with Mr. LeBlanc's statements. The crime occurred between 1 a.m. and 6:15 a.m. During that interval, the only person in the lounge was myself, which means I did it. I mean, which would make me the prime suspect. However, since I did not kill Mr. Hicks, it means the killer was around somewhere. Alright, so far in our investigation, we have established A, the killer exists. Beautiful work, Edgeworth. If we are to believe what you say is true, then the first order of business will be to gather information to win your trust. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's actually, like, it's not like a clock ticking down at least. Which is my worst case scenario, because not only would it be, like, just annoying, it would hurt my ability to, like, riff if I felt like there was a time limit placed upon me. There's some spilled grape juice in front of the elevator. I assume it was spilled during the turbulence. We must clean that up or someone might get hurt. Aha! What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Were you hurt? Hopefully. I found some very important evidence. What is the important piece of evidence in this scene? I guess this is supposed to be the time limit. You can't just guess randomly, or I guess supposed to be the explanation.
Take that!
What is it? A little smudge, but I think we can both agree they are a set of footprints. So that was just supposed to be the explanation for the health bar. I thought maybe we were introducing a new mechanic of there's a fucking timer and you gotta investigate everything in time, which would be very silly, but you know, the series has done some silly things. So you think these belong to our killer? Then maybe we should check the shoe sizes of everyone in first class. I don't think that'll be of any help to us. Unfortunately, the prints are too smudged, which will make it hard to get a definitive match. Besides, they look like they're about the size of my feet. Oh, I didn't mean to click that one. Yeah, there we go. I mean, I guess kind of. I mean, it shows that he's going off that direction, but... The in-flight shop is just beyond these shutters. We don't have permission to open them, so I'm afraid I must leave them closed. There must still be clues to be found here in the lounge. A pity that a bronze statue knows not when good drink is spilt at its feet. This is a statue of our founder, Mr. Ugo Hughes, who was a big fan of grape juice. I'm sure he'd be thrilled if he knew so much grape juice was here at his feet. Is that a hint of hero worshipping architects? Glasses and candles thrown into disarray by the turbulence. It's been a while since I've seen this big of a mess. It's terribly embarrassing, but I thought this was an earthquake for a second. And I frantically started searching for gas valves to shut off. I guess the shaking of the plane was bad enough to be mistaken for a real earthquake. I mean, I will let you have that as your first initial reaction. Now, doing something about it after about, like, 4 seconds, pretty embarrassing, I'll agree. Not that I would know since I was unconscious of most of it. While my alter ego committed the murder. This toppled over chair, yet another victim of the turbulence. No, look at all that grape juice staying in the back! It may not look it, but this chair was extremely valuable. It was? Yes, it was used when the Rocker Pals came to tour this plane. The Rocker Pals leader sat in this very chair. I'm sorry, but what are these Rocker Pals? I can't believe you never heard of them. They're all the rage. You'll probably meet them in future chapters, presumably. The Rocker Pals are an extremely popular international band. They added the Pals part as they became more popular, especially among teens. Ah, that explains it. I'm not really one for the music of today. Shit just hasn't been the same since Bach died. Maybe I should ask Detective Gumshoe about them later. On second thought, I can already see how confusing this conversation would get. Okay, I guess we will also go ahead and, we should call it since we're about an hour. So, next time we will continue our investigation in episode 2, aka chapter 2, aka part 2, aka the second thingy-whatser. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.